Buenas tardes. Bear with me. I know there's been a lot of talks and I know you're tired. So let me give you a short. My name is Renee Villareal. I'm a District 1 City Councilwoman here for the City of Santa Fe. And I'm going to give you a very short history lesson. And a lot of you probably already know this. Separating families is not a new strategy to strengthen white supremacy and patriarchy. From indigenous families being separated and children sent to boarding schools, black families being torn by slavery and violence and continue to be targeted because of the color of their skin, Japanese families being separated and sent to internment camps, Hispano families here in New Mexico losing land to chicanery and unscrupulous actions because of newcomers telling them that this is the right thing for them and they shouldn't speak Spanish anymore. We can also include the Muslim community being torn apart by the recent ban, and now separation of migrant families and from their children. So the historical context is important because of many of the communities that have been targeted have been outraged for a long time and have struggled and have fought, and it still runs deep and it still hurts, but they're still continuing to fight and they still have resiliency. And I bring that up because sometimes we forget our history is ugly, and it continues to. The way that the areas that give me hope being a councilwoman is being involved and partnering with Somos un Pueblo Unido and other community-based groups to actually make the strongest sanctuary policy in the country. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. We still have work to do. We still need to continue with sanctuary policy and continue to make sure that we are following it. We also need to have all of you, the way you can do support action of what's happening around us is you can make sure that the living wage is upheld and actually hold our restaurants and hotels and other tourism and other businesses accountable. We are the power to do that. We actually give them money. So there's one. The other way I see that you could support is supporting the nonprofit groups doing the work on the ground. Somos un Pueblo Unido is one. They're awesome. There's also a New Mexico Dream Team, the Dream of Santa Fe Dreamers. There's a lot of groups, ACLU. I mean, there's countless. If you need suggestions, I can give you some. So please continue fighting. Those are the actions that I pray that you follow up with. God bless you.
Yo me llamo Renee Villareal y soy la consejera de la ciudad en el Distrito 1. Les quiero dar una lección pequeña en la historia de esta tierra. Todo lo que ha pasado aquí de separar familias no es nada nuevo. Niños indígenas han sido separadas y mandadas a escuelas que no pertenecen de sus mismas comunidades. Los japoneses fueron internados, igual por las leyes de los Estados Unidos. También aquí las familias hispanas, sus tierras también fueron robadas por gente que no tenía morales y escrúpulos. Familias afroamericanas han sido perseguidas y separadas también por la esclavitud y aún siguen ser discriminadas solamente por el color de su piel. También la comunidad musulmana también está sufriendo bajo las más recientes decisiones de Trump y también de la Corte Suprema. Y ahora también la separación de niños y familias migrantes. Este contexto histórico es muy importante porque eso nos deja saber que esto sí ha pasado ya por mucho tiempo, pero aunque el enojo sea muy fuerte, nosotros somos resilientes y aún vamos a seguir luchando por nuestras comunidades. Y luego también a recordarles que también tenemos mucho más trabajo para hacer más fuertes nuestras leyes de Sanctuary City. Sí, muchas gracias.